and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. Happy 11th of June, everybody. I was getting ahead of myself yesterday. We're not going down here, we're going up here to number 11. Oh my goodness me, this looks like it is gonna be multi-placer heaven. Looking at all these straight lines going on. So let's just move that one over so that we end up with that line. We're going to end up with a nice big chunk done at the top for today, but we do have a few ABs to start off with. Let's try and move this over. This is now getting a little bit weird when I look at it from above, just because it looks like the whole thing's completed for a minute. That, or it could just be my eyesight, because I have been packing orders all day, and yeah, I don't think my brain's working anymore. So do bear with me. But let's get going. So yeah, I've been busy packing launch orders all day. Got as many out as I could to the postie up until, of course, the postie arrived. And then, yeah, and then I continued packing a batch of them ready for tomorrow, so I can then get them all postaged up, and so hopefully everything will be out by tomorrow. I am mucking up this multi-placer today, so yeah, hopefully all the rest of the orders will be out by tomorrow, but we shall see. I'm hoping I've given myself enough of a head start to get them all out, but I'm guessing time will tell. But yeah, thank you all so much again for all your orders. By the way, they are very much appreciated. Every single launch and around launch, of course. Right, let's get... Ooh, not got many of these. I've not got many in my tub. I do have more, but I'm just going to do it with my AB pen, I think, straight, because there's not a huge amount of them, and there are some that don't really have an AB coating on, or they're definitely not as shiny as the others. So if I can use these ones up, I will potentially just ditch the others and get rid. But comments, etc. I can't remember if I've read this one before, or if it's a comment that I was about to read, and therefore sort of scanned over it at the end of my last video. When I finish filming, sometimes I scan over the next couple of comments, because I can't help myself. So I'm not sure if it's one that I saved, the one that I have already read or not. Oh, and I've just spotted another single AB. I'm just going to use my pen. So the pen I'm using for today, this one was gifted to me by Elamique, and this one is made out of glass. It is a completely unique pen, and it is absolutely amazing. So it's quite heavy on this end, but it does sit really, really nicely in sort of the crook between my finger and thumb, and it doesn't take like a lot to hold it upright for diamond painting. But I can imagine if this one had a pen tip in it, it would be so nice, because it sort of would be weighted at the right angle to write with. But yeah, it's an absolutely gorgeous pen, so I may have to use this one for the next 2 days because I've got a feeling that there is not a huge amount of single placing on this one. So rather than do it all single placed, to get good use out of that pen, because it's been a long day already, I think I will just use it again tomorrow, and then I won't feel guilty, because a lot of this, because I vertical multi-place, a lot of this is going to be multi-placing, because there is already like so many lines for me to be able to multi-place on, and not many where I'll just be adding a little bit. So anyway, comments, Emily, she says she can't believe it's June Waffle already, because I am currently on comments from the 1st. I am about 10 days behind with comments. I can't believe how fast June's going. But she said the weather where she is amazing. She said, so hopefully it will be the same for me while I was away, which it was. She said it was her birthday last week. So happy birthday for then, which now will have been about 3 weeks ago. But hey, you can always have an extra happy birthday. So happy birthday. She said she received some of my items, tray, pen and cover paper. All of which are fantastic, she says, and she loves them so much. She just wanted to say thank you. I do feel like I've read that one already. But yeah, thank you so much for your kind words, and I do hope that you had the best day ever so far. Okay, how have I managed to pick up that many extra diamonds? I don't know. Livs, she says she can't wait to follow along with my videos. She said it is a busy month, so she'll try to get some dotting in at some point. But she loves watching my videos, she says, to wind down after a long day. And sometimes that is all you need for a bit of me time, isn't it? Is just a sit down and a watch of a video and just nothing else. Just need to chill. Well and truly chill and just relax. And quite often, especially the past week or so, and especially this week, sort of launch week, restocking back up, all that sort of stuff. It's always a busier week for me. The week before launch and the week after launch are my couple of busier weeks in the month. And sometimes, especially the likes of once I've finished filming this for launch, I might have filming this after packing launch orders. I may have enough oomph to do a bit of admin, because admin always backs up a bit. But I will, whatever I will be doing it sat down, because I stand to film and I stand to pack orders. Because of course I need to be able to reach everything to pack said orders. So I have been standing all day, and it is now nearly 7 o'clock in the evening as I'm filming this for tomorrow. Because tomorrow, of course, I will be concentrating on getting the rest of the orders out to you all. So yeah, sometimes all you are fit for is sitting. But as long as you are doing something you enjoy, that counts as me time in my book. And it all counts. Cross Stitch and Tat, she says she is diamond painting after a couple of months break. She says after she got out of the hospital with pancreatitis. She says she sprained her wrist bad, so her restart again is June, Waffle. Well, I'm glad we could help time for your restart back into the diamond painting world. She says, if I remember correctly, she says your anniversary is coming up. She said, so happy anniversary to you and Will. She says, if she doesn't remember correctly, she says, forgive me. No, you are right. Thank you ever so much. Our anniversary is on the 14th, so it is coming up. It is only a few days away. We've both decided this year for sort of our anniversary gifts. It's not so much a wait till the day to receive a kind of gift, but it is, I've got a few bits, of course, for my new quilting hobby recently, and he is getting a couple of bits for his flight simulator computer hobby. So we've decided that is our presents to each other. Makes us feel less guilty for getting quite a few extra bits in sort of a short space of time. But yeah, it is in a few days. Corinne, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she hopes I had a good holiday. She said the weather was lovely here by the River Mersey. She said so. She hopes it was just as good where you were. She said she has an epilator. So we have been talking about, of course, laser. I've been getting laser on my legs, trying to get rid of those hairs. She says she has an epilator because she has tattoos, so she can't get laser. She says she loves the result, she says, but only some of her hair follicles have died. So when the hair on her legs grows, she says it does come through all patchy. It's a bit like me at the minute. It's very patchy at the moment for mine, but I can tell it's doing something because it's so much better than it was, which is an absolute dream in my book. She says she's too lazy to do it all the time. She says so she tends to let it grow in winter, and her auntie says that she looks like a hobbit come spring. I get it though, I completely get it, because in winter, what is the point? Quite frankly, what is the point? I'm like that when it comes to shaving my legs and stuff, which is why I'm really, you know, looking forward to not having to do that, / not having to do it anywhere near as much, depending on how it goes. But it's one of those things that in effect I've always wanted to do. It's just never been something that's a priority. But we actually know somebody who does it, or it's sort of a friend of a friend, so it was like, right, let's go. Lady Dax, she says she much prefers shredded wheat to Weetabix. I do agree, actually. I prefer shredded wheat, and I think it's just because it doesn't go as soggy as Weetabix does if you don't eat Weetabix quick enough. Shredded wheat has that bit more of a crunch to it. She says she hopes I'm having a good weekend away, and hopes that we have better weather than what they have. She said it's blooming freezing here in London today. Yeah, it was quite nice weather actually. On the Saturday, I actually wore a dress, which I don't wear very often. Only when it is really, really warm, or nice and warm, but like I am somewhere like on holiday, then I might actually think to put on a dress. Day to day, otherwise, I live in what I call my wacky pants, which are more flowy pants with patterns on, so they can be potentially a little bit wacky in the pattern. Just basically lightweight pants, and that is what I tend to live in over the summer. And also then, if I haven't shaved my legs, you know, not as noticeable and all that jazz. It's always got to be done if possible. Right, I'm filling up quite a few of these pots today. I think primarily because I know I'm going to be multi-placing. So fill up my trays and give me the best fighting chance. Susan, she says, happy 1st of June, one and all. She says, so fun to start the June waffle. She said she also watched the shop launch video today, which the shop launch video always goes up on the Saturday before launch on the Friday. So it's normally launch video first Saturday of the month, and then the following Friday is launch. Tends to be how we sort of work those dates. Don't ask me how it all even started, because I don't know what started with those dates. I know we used to release stuff at sort of different times throughout the month, but we were actually asked to sort of release things all together, just for combining postage and things like that, which we pretty much do. There is the odd occasion when we do release something midway through the month, but that tends to be either, the most recently is the toolkit bundles, which we tend to make enough that it will last up until launch, or they'll sort of go and then come back again as a stock item. And then occasionally the tray bundles that come from them, because they're not our limited edition monthly tray. They're sort of an extra. So they just get put up as and when we have them, just because they're a bit more limited in stock. So we don't tend to sort of announce that they're coming and make it a free-for-all with them. We just sneak them on the website. But yeah, she says she's commenting here. She says because she wanted to tell me about a fond memory. She says that your June colour scheme brought back to mind. Love it. She says she's always loved the green and blue combination and often had clothing with these colours together. She says when she first met her late husband in 1983, she said she recalls him seeing one of her shirts and saying a rhyme that his mother taught him, which was blue and green should not be seen, not even in the washing machine. Bless. I remember something similar about colours and not being seen together, but it wasn't that one. I just can't think what it actually was now. But she says she told him that his mother was wrong and that he better get used to seeing the colours together on herself. She says the ironic thing is, she said he later told me he was colourblind to those two colours. She said maybe that was why his mother taught him that rhyme. She says anyway, she says thank you so much, she says, for that happy memory, Rebecca. Oh, that is lovely. I love it when things just spark off other things that are happy memories, of course. The negative things, no, they just need putting in their place and getting told to get gone. Get gone out of our minds. But the happy memories are good. It reminds me of our Woolies or Woolworths conversation that went on a few waffles ago. Can't remember if it was a December waffle or a June waffle, but there was some lovely happy memories that sort of came up from that. Okay, my actual lining up of these seems absolutely shocking, but I know that when I look at it from above or look at it in the camera, I can't see it anywhere near as much. So I'm trying to be good and just let it be. Let it be and not fret about it at all. Okay, let's put some more of these in. 3688. I seem to have started going from this side to this side, which is completely different for my way of working, but I feel like this side is a little bit more bitty and this is a lot of multi-placing. So I'm getting the multi-placing sort of done in the beginning and working backwards, which is very, very weird to me. But hey ho, we're doing it now. She says, I hope you enjoyed your mini break and that everyone here enjoys the June waffle. She says, love from Canada. Oh, thank you, Susan. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm so glad that the green and blue has brought back some happy memories. This pen sparked the green and blue for us because, yeah, we just loved the colour combination of them both. Mysterious Days, she said she would love to see a comparison, she said, of a Diamond Art Club. She says one that comes in both round and square. Do they have? Oh, they only have a few that comes in round and square. That's a maybe, I think, in relation to that one, and that is primarily... Oh my goodness me, how many times can I pick up and put that diamond down in a different place? That is just primarily due to the cost of Diamond Art Club kits. I feel that the cost of getting two that are the same but different, it would need to be an image that I absolutely adored. So it's not a no, but it's not a likely, because I have done comparisons on round versus square before, just to sort of, I've done a couple of them to sort of show what the differences can be. And if I start focusing on differences from just one company rather than picking a company at random, yeah, I'm not sure. She says, sorry, that Alina, she says, hi, Rebecca, she says you print those trays and tray stand in your shop, she says, question mark. She says, how many printers, she says, or how long does it take, she says, to print one tray stand with all the trays in it. She also says what dollars as well. The tray stands are not printed. They're not printed by us, those. They are made of, it's not foam board, but it's, what's it called? It's in the listing. It is in the listing what it's made of. But yeah, it's fairly lightweight, though the whole thing itself is heavy and sort of heavy to ship. But we've had those made for us, and we got those shipped in. So we've got them shipped in for our trays. But yeah, they're not 3D printed. In relation to the trays, they are 3D printed. We currently have 5 3D printers. Since we got the faster ones, we did end up with about 8, I think, at one point, of the first style of printer, but printers have really gone up, and we found a much better printer for it was a lot more, but it prints faster. It prints the trays faster than what the old ones used to. So we have slowly but surely moved over to those. So trays used to take 3 hours to print. That's the big size tray that I'm using here. They now take about an hour. It takes an hour and a half for a mega tray, but it takes about an hour and about 50 minutes for a zesty tray. So yeah, we currently have 4 of those faster printers, and they are pretty much always on the go. In fact, they're on the go right now. I've left them to it. In relation to how much dollars, we do have a set on the website under trays where you can get the tray storage full of trays, full of our stock colour trays. If you actually buy it full of our stock colour trays, and there's different size options, you actually get the tray storage unit for free. The costing is just for the trays, and that's when you get all 26 to fill it. And yeah, that's on our website, and there is a conversion on the website as well. You can change it to show you an estimate of the price in US dollars or a few other different currencies, but just note they are an estimation. So it's just to give you a rough idea of how much they are. Mysterious Days, she also says, she had first gen, she said, or level 1 AirPods. Hang on, let me just find my next colour. Where are you hiding? Oh, look, it's the matching tray. It's the green and blue tray. She says, or level 1 AirPods, she says, for 5 years. She said the pros are they're a little more bulky than the first or the second gen. She says, but the silicone tips come out in 4 sizes, she says, and are adjustable. See, I can't get on with those ones with silicone tips. I never can find the right ones. They never feel comfy to me. I just can't do them. She says, unfortunately, she says you can't lie down in them without using the crook of your arm as sort of a little hole for the AirPod to be in. She says, otherwise they're great. She says the noise cancelling is amazing, she says, and they fit so well. She says her only small complaint, she says, that there is no option to move the touch controls from play pause to skipping songs like on her first gens. She said she may keep the first gen paired and charged as a backup, she says, since they do still work. See, I never use the controls on my actual AirPod itself. I probably should do, but I don't. Because I can't be doing with which one's the right and which one's the left. I hardly ever need to use them. And if somebody's like talking to me, then I just take the AirPod out and it just pauses. So I go for quick. She also says, she's been dying to get her driver's license. Sorry, just needed to readjust and switch colours. There's that one. Some of these trays are currently tucked behind my easel because of the position I'm on at the moment. She says she has bad driving anxiety, but she needs to be able to get out more and have some more freedom. She says, and her mum can't teach her. She says they feed anxiety off each other, she says, unfortunately. She has no other friends or family who can teach her. She said the only hiccup is that the cheapest package, she says, is $500. and the highest nearly $800. She said, so it's a lot to spend. She said, and that is her hesitation, which I get. The prices of driving lessons since COVID have really, really gone up. They've gone up quite a big amount, to be fair. So, yeah, it's just making it something that's just that bit harder and harder to do, in my opinion. Oh, this is looking so good. Right, we're just on the window part now. So I can get away with some multi-placing on here. Amanda, she says she really thought that this was a diamond painting with all those numbers on it. She said she was fixing to say that that would be crazy to do. That definitely would be a crazy diamond painting to do if it was one just covered in numbers like this. It'd be a proper pattern diamond painting, that's for sure. Definitely go in the abstract category, I think. But no, I've gone for the black and white numbers so that the colours can pop. Though I've seen, of course, we do have a like a post that I put up each day on the Facebook group for people to put their updates of where they're sort of up to with their diamond painting or something else that they're doing for the me time, whatever it may be. And I am loving the look of the rainbow ones that quite a few people are using and have posted up. I'm loving seeing them all, and it makes me think, oh, should I have done rainbow? Because rainbow does look really good, but I'm here now. Okay, they're not close enough together. I was trying to put two down, but they weren't touching. I think I just didn't get them nudged together enough on my tray. Mysterious Day, she says, happy June whip and waffle. She says she's started her kit a day early on the 31st, she said, and it is so cute. She'll post a photo in the group. She said it's a background colour blocking and the cat is all confetti. Just checking I've got all of those before I move on. She says, so she's almost to the point that she is solely single placing. She says, speaking of single and multi-placing, she said she's ironically found that she prefers Diamond Art Club's plastic 4-place multi-placer for round drills and the 7-placer and she prefers the Diamond Art Club's metal 7-placers. She says they just seem easier to her. She also tends to prefer horizontal placing to vertical. She says, but she is trying to work on vertical. She says she's been working on her GED, her graduation equivalency degree. She says what her high school diploma would have been if she didn't drop out of high school. I just assumed they were both the same thing. I didn't realise they were sort of two different things but equal the same thing, if that makes sense. Trish, she says she's not starting a new project for June Waffle. But she has a diamond painting on the go, which is good, as long as you've got something to do for a bit of me time, whatever that may be. She says, as well as her cross-stitch projects, that's another good thing. I know there's quite a few. Okay, I've managed to pick up 4. See, this is why I can't sort of doing multiple on here. It's just not sticking. Okay, that was a wash. She says, so there will be plenty of me time. Yeah, there was somebody, I think it was Joe, last year did a cross stitch during June Waffle, and it was lovely to see the progress going on that one. She says there will be plenty of me time, and she hopes I had a great getaway with hubby. I did, thank you. Cher loves orange. She says here we are in June. She has been quiet, she says, for months now. Yes, where have you been? She says life is life. She says, well, it's extra life this year. Is life giving you some grief this year? She says she does listen. She says, but she is just lurking a lot. Well, if that's the stage that you are in life, and that is what you need to do at the moment, then you lurk. I'm happy with the lurkers. Hello to all lurkers, because I am sure there will be many. She says, so she'll be listening daily, except for their 6-day trip with her daughter and her family. She says mid-month, and then when friends come to visit at the end of the month. She says she's going to be working on whatever painting she has going each day. She says her neurologist and herself are working towards new meds for her epilepsy. Ooh, that's always a tricky time, isn't it? It can be so beneficial to get new meds, but it can be such an upheaval while you feel like you have to constantly pay attention to everything that's going on with your body while you figure it all out. She says they're getting great results. She says, but at the moment she is on 3 very strong meds. She says, but she hasn't had a seizure in 5 months. Awesome. That's going to be a good sign, surely. She says, being loopy all day isn't wonderful. She says, but it is worth it for the time being. Sometimes you just need to be able to have a rest from the merry-go-round. That sometimes is, you know, life or health problems or conditions that you may have. Sometimes if you can get a reprieve from it for a bit, even if you do feel a bit loopy, it does, yeah, make you feel like you've got off the merry-go-round for a little bit and can sort of potentially recharge. She says she'll be weaning her, or they will be weaning her off one of her older ones come August. She says, okay, she says that was a long comment. She says, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, you take care of yourself, Cher, and don't feel like you need to comment. By all means you can, but don't feel like you have to. Just make sure that you are taking care of yourself. And yeah, taking this time to hopefully make things a lot better going forward. I'd just seen a diamond that was sort of, I could see the symbol underneath and I felt like I needed to move it, and now I can't see it. Well, maybe it's not that bad then. Anyway, that is that section done for today. I am going to use that pen from Elamique again tomorrow because frankly it's a beautiful pen, and I feel like I have multi-placed my way through most of that. Oh look, I've managed to nick myself. Oh well, probably did that on a box. That'll be a box paper cut, that will be, but that's what happens. Anyway, absolutely love the fact that we have a nice big section. I love and I don't love. Like, I feel like the bottom is feeling very neglected at the moment, but I am sure we will get there soon. We'll get another piece down here done tomorrow. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me for today, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow.